Welcome, everyone. Today's story is short, beautiful, and very helpful. It teaches an important life lesson and daily English sentences. Please listen and repeat after me for practice. Let's begin now. Lesson 1. Your fear is lying to you every single day. Let me tell you something I know about you. You have something you want to do, a dream, a goal, a skill you want to learn. Maybe it's speaking English. Maybe it's starting something new. Maybe it's becoming a better version of yourself. But you haven't started. And deep inside, you know exactly why. Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of looking stupid. Fear of people saying, "Who does she think she is?" Or "Who does he think he is?" And so you wait, you prepare, you say, "I'll be ready soon." But soon never comes. Here's the truth about fear. Fear is not a warning. Fear is a liar. Fear tells you that you're not smart enough. That's a lie. Fear tells you that other people are better than you. That's a lie. Fear tells you that it's too late. That's the biggest lie of all. Let me tell you a short story. There was a young woman named Sarah. She wanted to speak English. Every day she watched English videos. Every day she said to herself, "One day I will speak confidently." But every time she tried to open her mouth, fear came. What if I make a mistake? What if people laugh? What if my accent is wrong? So she stayed silent. For 2 years she stayed silent. Then one day a foreign tourist stopped her on the street and asked for directions. Sarah had two choices: run away or try. She tried. Her sentences were not perfect. She made mistakes. But the tourist smiled, said, "Thank you so much," and walked away happy. Sarah stood there with tears in her eyes. Not because she was sad, but because she realized the fear was a lie. The world did not end. Nobody laughed. And she helped someone. That was the day Sarah decided to speak every single day, no matter what. 6 months later, she was teaching English to others. That is what happens when you decide to move despite the fear. Every person you admire, every successful person, every confident speaker, every person living the life you dream about, every single one of them was afraid. The difference? They moved anyway. They spoke even when their voice shook. They started even when the plan wasn't perfect. They kept going even when they failed, especially when they failed. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I am afraid, but I will try anyway. Mistakes help me learn and grow. I will speak even if my English is not perfect. Every day I am getting better. I choose courage over comfort. Solution. The next time fear stops you, say this out loud. I am afraid, and I am doing it anyway. That sentence, those 9 words, have changed more lives than any perfect plan ever did. Write them down. Memorize them. Say them every morning. Fear doesn't go away. You just have to become bigger than it. Okay. Lesson 2. The story you tell yourself is building your reality. Here is one of the most important lessons I will ever teach you. The words you say to yourself inside your own head are the most powerful words in your world. More powerful than what your teacher says. More powerful than what your boss says. More powerful than what strangers on the internet say. Because you hear your own voice thousands of times every single day. And most people are saying terrible things to themselves. I'm so stupid. I can never do this. My English is terrible. People like me don't succeed. I always fail. Every time you say these things, your brain listens. Your brain believes. And slowly your life begins to match your words. This is not poetry. This is psychology. This is science. Think about a garden. If you plant seeds of roses, roses will grow. If you plant seeds of weeds, weeds will grow. Your mind is the same. Plant good words. Good things grow. Plant bad words. Bad things grow. Let me give you an example from real life. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player who ever lived, was cut from his high school basketball team. They told him he wasn't good enough. He went home, closed his room door, and cried. But then he made a decision. He didn't say, "I'm not good enough." He said, "I will work harder than anyone else." And he did. He practiced every single day. He failed thousands of times in practice, and he used every failure to get better. He didn't change his situation first. He changed his story first. And his new story built a new life. The moment you start changing your words, you start changing your life. Instead of, "I can't speak English," say, "I am learning English every day." Instead of, "I always fail," say, "Every failure is teaching me something." Instead of, "I'm not smart enough," say, "I am growing smarter every single day." Instead of, "Nobody believes in me," say, "I believe in myself." Instead of, "I don't have time," say, "I will find time for what matters." Does it feel uncomfortable at first? Yes. Does it feel like a lie? Maybe. But here's what I know. If you keep saying the wrong story long enough, it becomes your life. So why not choose a better story? Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I believe in myself and my ability to learn. I am getting better every single day. My English is improving because I practice. I choose to speak positive words about myself. I can do hard things. Solution. Tonight, before you sleep, write down 5 powerful things about yourself. Not fake things, real things. Maybe you are hardworking. Maybe you never quit. Maybe you care deeply. Find your strengths and speak them out loud every day. Your words are building your future right now. Lesson 3. Discipline is the bridge between your dream and your reality. I want to ask you something personal. How many times have you said, "I want to get better at English," and then done nothing about it? How many times have you made a plan, felt excited, started with energy, and then stopped after 3 days? If your answer is many times, welcome. You are human. You are normal. But normal doesn't build the life you want. Let me explain something very important about discipline. Most people think discipline is about being strong. They think it means forcing yourself to do things you hate. They think it's punishment. But real discipline is completely different. Real discipline is a love letter to your future self. When you study English for 30 minutes today, even when you are tired, you are sending a gift to the person you will become. You are saying, "I care about my future. I am building something beautiful, even when nobody is watching." Here's what nobody tells you about motivation. It comes and goes. Today you feel on fire. Tomorrow you feel nothing. Next week you feel lost again. If you wait for motivation, you will wait forever. Think about a farmer. Does a farmer wait to feel motivated before watering the crops? No. The farmer waters the crops every day, rain or sunshine, happy or sad, because the farmer knows. The harvest comes to those who show up every day, not to those who show up when they feel like it. You are that farmer. Your English skills, your future, your dreams, they are your crops. Water them every day. The people who change their lives, the ones who learn languages, build businesses, transform their bodies, become great at something, they don't always feel motivated. They show up anyway. They show up tired. They show up sad. They show up confused. but they show up. That's showing up, that daily, quiet, unglamorous commitment that is called discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is love. It is the deepest form of respect you can show to your own future self. When you study English for 30 minutes every day, even when you don't feel like it, you are saying to your future self, I believe in you. I'm building something for you. That is powerful. That is real. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I will study English every day, even for a short time. Small steps every day lead to big changes. I don't need to feel motivated. I need to take action. I am building my future with today's effort. Discipline is my superpower. Solution: choose one small habit. Just one. Maybe it's listening to English for 15 minutes every morning. Maybe it's writing 5 new words every night. Maybe it's watching one English video every day. Small, consistent, daily. Don't try to change everything. Just change one thing, and do it every day without exception. After 30 days, look back. You will not recognize how far you've come. Lesson 4. Comparison is stealing your joy and your progress. Somewhere in this world right now, someone is comparing themselves to someone else and feeling worthless. Maybe that someone is you. You look at another person, someone on social media, someone in your class, someone in your city, and you think, they're so far ahead of me. They speak so perfectly. They've achieved so much. Why am I so behind? And in that moment, something dies inside you. Not dramatically, quietly. A little piece of your energy. A little piece of your confidence. Comparison is a thief. It steals your present moment. It steals your focus. It steals your joy. Let me tell you why comparison is so dangerous. When you look at someone on social media, you see their best moments. Their best photo. Their best day. Their greatest achievement. You don't see their worst mornings. You don't see the nights they cried. You don't see the years of struggle behind that one beautiful moment. It's like watching someone's highlight video and comparing it to your behind-the-scenes footage. That is not a fair comparison. That is not even a real comparison. Here's a short story to explain this. 2 students were learning English together. One student, let's call her Amina, progressed very quickly. She could speak fluently in 1 year. The other student, let's call him David, was slower. He felt embarrassed. He felt discouraged. He almost quit. But David didn't quit. He kept going, at his own speed, in his own way. 3 years later, Amina could speak English well. But David, because he went slowly and deeply, could speak English, write beautifully, and understand the language at a level most people never reach. He went slow, but he went deep. And do you know what David told people when they admired his English? He said, I stopped comparing myself to others. The day I stopped comparing was the day I started growing. Here's what comparison never shows you. It never shows you their struggles, their failures, their 3 a.m. moments of crying and doubting and wanting to quit. You're comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. Your rough draft to their final result. That is not fair to you. The only person you should ever compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. Are you better today than you were last week? Do you know more English words than you did last month? Are you stronger, wiser, more disciplined than the version of you from 1 year ago? That's the only competition that matters. That's the only race worth running. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I run my own race at my own speed. I only compare myself to who I was yesterday. My journey is different from everyone else's. I am proud of my progress, no matter how small. I focus on my own growth. Solution: for the next 7 days, delete social media from your phone, or at minimum, stop following accounts that make you feel small. Replace that time with learning, creating, or resting. Protect your energy. It is the most valuable thing you own. Lesson 5. You are not behind. You are right on time. Maybe you started late. Maybe others your age seem to be ahead. Maybe you feel like the window is closing, like your chance already passed, like it's too late to become who you always wanted to be. I want to speak directly to that feeling. It is wrong. There is no law that says your life must follow a specific timeline. There is no rule that says success has an age limit. There is no deadline on becoming great. Let me give you some examples from real life that will shock you. Vera Wang, the world-famous fashion designer, did not design her first dress until she was 40 years old. Before that, she was a figure skater and a fashion editor. Colonel Sanders, the man who started KFC, started his business at the age of 62. He was rejected 1,009 times before someone said yes. 1,009 rejections. And he still kept going. Morgan Freeman, one of the most famous actors in Hollywood, did not get his first major film role until he was 52 years old. Do you think they felt too late? Yes, probably. Do you think they were afraid? Of course. But they started anyway. They moved anyway. And the world is richer because they did. Some people bloom early, some bloom late. But the ones who bloom late, the ones who fought longer, suffered more, waited with patience, they often bloom the most beautifully. The forest doesn't tell the oak tree it's blooming too slowly. It just gives it time, water, and light, and the oak becomes the strongest tree in the forest. You are that oak. You may feel slow right now. You may feel behind, but you are growing. Every lesson you learn, every word of English you study, every time you choose growth over comfort, you are growing. And one day, not too far from now, people will look at you and say, "How did they grow so fast?" And you'll know the truth. You were growing the whole time. Quietly, powerfully, unstoppably. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. It is never too late to start something new. I am exactly where I need to be right now. Every day is a new chance to begin again. My time will come if I keep working. I am patient with myself and my progress. Solution: write down your dream, the real one, the one you're almost afraid to say out loud. Then write one thing you can do this week to move toward it. Just one step. One small, brave step. Because that's how journeys begin. Not with a leap, with a single step, taken with courage. Lesson 6. The power of small steps. Many people fail not because they are lazy. They fail because they think too big and start too big, and then they feel overwhelmed and stop. They say, "I want to be fluent in English in 1 month." And when that doesn't happen, they give up. They say, "I want to change my life completely by next week." And when that doesn't happen, they give up. The problem is not the dream. The dream is beautiful. The problem is the size of the first step. Let me tell you something that changed my understanding of success forever. The Great Wall of China is one of the most incredible structures ever built by humans. It stretches over 21,000 kilometers. It took hundreds of years to build. It was built by millions of workers, one brick at a time. Not one wall at a time, one brick at a time. Your life is the same. Your future is built one brick at a time. One English word learned today. One sentence practiced tomorrow. One conversation attempted next week. One chapter read next month. Small steps. Every day. Without stopping. Here's the mathematical truth. If you improve just 1% every single day, after 1 year you will be 37 times better than you are today. Not 2 times better, not 5 times better, 37 times better. That is the magic of small daily steps. Don't wait until you can run. Start by walking. Don't wait until you can speak perfectly. Start by saying one sentence. Don't wait until everything is ready. Start with what you have, where you are, right now. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This is an old saying, but it is more true today than ever before. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I will take one small step every day. Small progress is still progress. I don't need to be perfect. I need to be consistent. Every brick I lay is building my future. I celebrate every small victory. Solution: take out a piece of paper right now. Write down one goal, just one. Then break it into the smallest possible steps. What can you do today? What can you do this week? What can you do this month? Focus only on today's step. Tomorrow, take tomorrow's step. That's it. That's the whole secret. Lesson 7. Your environment shapes you. Choose it carefully. Here is something most people never think about. You are not just shaped by your dreams. You are shaped by your environment, by the people around you, by what you read, watch, and listen to every day. If you spend every day with people who complain, you will become a complainer. If you spend every day with people who give up easily, you will learn to give up. If you spend every day with negative words, negative news, and negative energy, you will become negative. But the opposite is also true. If you spend every day learning, you become knowledgeable. If you spend every day listening to English, you become better at English. If you spend every day around people who inspire you, you become inspired. You become what you repeatedly experience. Think about it this way. If you put a plant in a dark room with no water and no sunlight, it will die no matter how strong the seed was. But if you put that same plant in a bright room with fresh water and warm sunlight, it will grow tall and beautiful because the environment feeds it. You are that plant. Ask yourself honestly right now, is my environment helping me grow, or is it slowly pulling me down? What are you watching every day? Is it educational and inspiring, or is it just entertainment that wastes your time? Who are you spending your time with? Do they lift you up, or do they make you feel small? What are you reading? What are you listening to? What are you filling your mind with? These are not small questions. These are the most important questions of your life, because your environment is either building you or breaking you every single day, whether you notice it or not. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I choose to surround myself with positive people. I fill my mind with good things every day. My environment helps me learn and grow. I am careful about what I watch and listen to. I create a space that supports my dreams. Solution. This week, make one change to your environment. Maybe it means following educational English channels online instead of entertainment. Maybe it means spending more time with one friend who motivates you. Maybe it means putting your phone away during study time and creating a quiet place to focus. Start with one change. Watch how it transforms you. Lesson 8. Failure is not the end. It is the beginning. I need to talk to you about something very important. Failure. Most people are terrified of failure. They treat failure like it is the worst thing in the world. They avoid it at all costs. And because of that, they never truly try. They live careful, small, safe lives. And at the end, they wonder why they never achieved anything great. But here's the truth that successful people know, and most people don't. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every great story contains failure. Every great person has failed many times in big ways. Thomas Edison failed more than 10,000 times before he successfully invented the light bulb. When a reporter asked him, "How does it feel to fail 10,000 times?" Edison said, "I didn't fail 10,000 times. I discovered 10,000 ways that don't work." That is a different relationship with failure. That is a powerful mindset. Let me tell you a simple story about a child learning to walk. When a baby learns to walk, they fall. Again and again. They fall forward, fall backward, fall sideways. They fall hundreds of times. Does anyone say to the baby, "You failed. Give up. You are not made for walking"? No, of course not. Because we understand falling is part of learning to walk. But somehow, when we become adults, we forget this. We fall once and we say, "This isn't for me." We make one mistake and we say, "I'm not good enough." We get one rejection and we say, "I should stop." You must treat every mistake in English, every wrong word, every confusing sentence, every embarrassing moment, the same way that baby treats falling. Get up. Try again. Fall again. Get up again. That is how walking is learned. That is how English is learned. That is how every great skill in the world is learned. The people who speak English fluently today, every single one of them made thousands of mistakes to get there. Their fluency was built on a mountain of errors. Your mistakes are not proof that you can't do it. Your mistakes are the price of the ticket. Pay it proudly. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I am not afraid of making mistakes. Every mistake teaches me something valuable. Failure is part of my journey to success. I get up every time I fall. I learn from every experience, good or bad. Solution: this week, do something you have been afraid to fail at. Have one English conversation, even if it's messy. Record yourself speaking, even if you don't like what you hear. Write one paragraph, even if it has errors. And when you make mistakes, say to yourself, "Good, I'm learning," because you are. Lesson 9. Gratitude will change the way you see everything. I want to share something with you now that might surprise you. One of the most powerful habits of successful, happy, and motivated people is gratitude. Not the fake kind, not the kind you say once a year on a holiday. The real, daily, deep kind of gratitude that changes the way you see everything. Most people live their lives focused on what they don't have. I don't have money. I don't have the right connections. I don't have a good phone to study with. I don't have time. I don't have enough. And when your mind is always focused on what's missing, you feel empty. You feel stuck. You feel like giving up. But here's what gratitude does. Gratitude shifts your focus. Instead of "I don't have a perfect phone," you say, "I have a phone that can connect me to knowledge from every corner of the world." Instead of "I don't have money for English classes," you say, "I have access to free videos, free podcasts, free articles that can teach me anything." Instead of "I don't have time," you say, "I have 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night, and that is enough to change my life." Gratitude doesn't change your situation, but it changes how you see your situation, and how you see your situation determines what you do about it. There is a short but powerful story from Japan about two monks who were traveling together. They came to a river that had no bridge. The water was cold and the current was strong. At the edge of the river there was an elderly woman who needed help crossing. One monk carried her across the river on his back. The other monk was shocked. In their tradition, Monks did not touch women. Hours later, the second monk could not stop thinking about it. He said, "How could you carry that woman? It is against our rules." The first monk looked at him calmly and said, "I put her down hours ago. You are still carrying her." This story teaches us something beautiful. Put down what is heavy. Let go of regret. Let go of what you lack. Let go of old shame. And instead, pick up gratitude. Pick up what you do have. Pick up the gifts that are already in your hands. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I am grateful for the chance to learn today. I have everything I need to begin. I appreciate the small things in my life. Every day is a gift, and I will not waste it. Thank you for this moment. I will use it well. Solution. Every morning before you look at your phone, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big things. Maybe it's the sunshine. Maybe it's a good cup of tea. Maybe it's the fact that you are alive and breathing and still have a chance. 3 things. Every morning. And watch how your whole life slowly begins to look different. Okay. Lesson 10, the power of patience. Great things take time. We live in a world that wants everything fast. Fast food, fast internet, fast results, fast success. And because of this, we have lost something very important. We have lost patience. When people start learning English and they don't see results in 1 week, they say, "This isn't working." When they start building something new and it doesn't take off in 1 month, they say, "Maybe this isn't for me." When they try something new and it feels slow, they say, "I'm wasting my time." But here's the truth about great things. Great things take time. Not because the world is cruel, but because growth is a process, and processes cannot be rushed. Think about bamboo. Bamboo is one of the fastest growing plants in the world, but for the first 5 years after you plant a bamboo seed, you see almost nothing. Just a small shoot above the ground. For 5 years, you water it. You take care of it. And it seems like nothing is happening, but underground, in the dark, where nobody can see, the bamboo is building an enormous root system. It is creating a foundation strong enough to support what comes next. And then in year 5, in just 6 weeks, the bamboo grows 90 feet tall. 90 feet in 6 weeks. Not because it suddenly started working, because it had been working for 5 years underground. Building, preparing, growing in the silence. Your English is the same. Your dreams are the same. Right now, if you feel like nothing is happening, maybe you are in your bamboo years. Maybe you are building your roots. Maybe you are preparing for your explosion of growth. Don't stop watering just because you can't see the tree yet. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I am patient with my progress and my journey. Good things take time, and I trust the process. I will keep going even when I cannot see results yet. My roots are growing strong beneath the surface. One day my hard work will show, and it will amaze people. Solution: write yourself a letter. Address it to yourself 1 year from today. Write about who you want to become. Write about the English you want to speak. Write about the life you want to be living. Then seal it. Put it somewhere safe. And every day between now and then, water your roots. When you open that letter next year, let it be proof of how far the bamboo has grown. Lesson 11. Rest is not laziness, it is preparation. Here is something very important that many motivated people forget. You must rest. Not because rest is easy, not because rest is comfortable, but because rest is necessary for growth. Think about a musician. A musician practices scales for hours every day, but the best musicians also know when to put the instrument down, rest their fingers, and let the music settle into their muscles and their memory. Think about a bodybuilder. A bodybuilder lifts heavy weights, but muscles don't grow during the workout. Muscles grow during rest, during sleep, during recovery. The workout creates the opportunity. The rest creates the result. Your brain is the same. When you study English, when you listen, repeat, read, and practice, you are giving your brain new information. But it is during rest, during sleep, during quiet time, that your brain organizes that information, stores it, and makes it permanent. This is why people who study a little every day and sleep well learn faster than people who study for 12 hours straight and then collapse. Rest is not the enemy of progress. Rest is a partner of progress. But rest is different from escape. Rest is intentional. Rest is sleep, a walk in nature, a quiet moment with no screens, a few minutes of deep breathing. Escape is scrolling social media for 4 hours to avoid thinking. Escape is watching videos until midnight because you don't want to face your responsibilities. Rest heals you. Escape hides you. Learn the difference. Practice rest. And watch how much more energy you have to grow. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I take rest seriously because rest helps me grow. I sleep well so my brain can learn better. I know the difference between resting and escaping. I take care of my body and my mind every day. A rested mind learns faster and thinks more clearly. Solution. Tonight, go to sleep 30 minutes earlier than usual. Put your phone in another room. Let your brain rest, organize, and prepare for tomorrow's growth. Do this for 1 week and notice the difference in your energy, your mood, and your ability to learn. Lesson 12. Help others and watch your own life transform. There is a beautiful secret that most people never discover. The fastest way to improve yourself is to help others improve. When you teach something, you understand it twice as deeply. When you encourage someone else, you encourage yourself. When you give your knowledge away, it doesn't become less, it becomes more. Maybe you are watching this right now and you think, I'm still a beginner. I have nothing to teach. I'm not good enough to help anyone. Let me challenge that thought. You know more today than you did 1 year ago. You understand things today that someone just beginning their journey doesn't understand yet. And that knowledge, however small it seems, is valuable to someone. There is a student somewhere who is exactly where you were 6 months ago. They are confused, scared, and about to give up. And one kind word from you, one shared video, one encouraging message, one honest story of your own struggle, could be the thing that helps them keep going. When you help that person, something beautiful happens inside you. You remember how far you've come. You see your own progress through their eyes. You feel a sense of purpose that no amount of personal achievement can give you. Helping others doesn't just change their lives. It changes yours. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I share what I learn with others. When I help someone, I help myself too. My experience is valuable, no matter how small it seems. I lift others up as I climb. We grow faster together than we grow alone. Solution. This week, encourage someone. Maybe it's a comment on a video of someone learning English. Maybe it's a message to a friend who is struggling. Maybe it's sharing this video with someone who needs to hear it. Give something, a word, an idea, a moment of your time, and watch how much comes back to you. Lesson 13. The morning decides the day. Let me ask you, what is the first thing you do every morning? If your answer is check my phone, then we need to talk. The morning is the most powerful part of your day. Your mind is fresh. Your willpower is strong. Your energy, if you rested well, is at its highest. And what do most people do with this precious, powerful morning time? They open social media. They check messages. They read news. They fill their fresh, clean mind with other people's opinions, problems, advertisements, and noise. And then they wonder why they feel scattered, anxious, and unmotivated for the rest of the day. Your morning routine is not just a habit, it is a decision about who you will be today. If you start your morning with intention, with a few minutes of quiet, with gratitude, with learning, with movement, you are telling your mind, today has a purpose. Today matters. I am in control, and your day will follow that energy. But if you start your morning with chaos, with scrolling and noise and passive consumption, your mind receives a different message. We're just reacting today. We are just surviving. The most successful people in the world, across every culture, every field, every era, almost all have one thing in common. They protect their morning. They wake up with purpose. They move their body. They fill their mind with something good. And then they go to work on their dreams. You don't need a complicated routine. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. You just need 15 intentional minutes in the morning to set the tone of your day. 15 minutes of English practice in the morning, before the world pulls your attention away, can change your progress completely. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I start every morning with intention and purpose. I protect my morning time from distractions. The first hour of my day belongs to me and my growth. I wake up ready to learn and improve. My morning routine sets the tone for a great day. Solution. Tomorrow morning, before you touch your phone, do one of these 3 things for 15 minutes. Read something in English. Listen to something in English. Write something in English. Just 15 minutes. Before the world starts demanding things from you. That is your time. Use it. Lesson 14. Never stop, even when nobody is watching. Here is the hardest part of any journey. The middle. The beginning is exciting. You feel new energy, new hope, new motivation. You tell everyone about your plans. You start with enthusiasm. And the end, when you finally achieve something, is wonderful. People congratulate you. You feel proud. You celebrate. But the middle? The middle is quiet. The middle is long. The middle is where nobody is watching, nobody is clapping, and nothing seems to be changing. The middle is where most people quit. They quit because they don't see results yet. They quit because it's harder than they expected. They quit because they feel lonely in the effort. They quit because one day they wake up and just don't feel like it anymore. And the tragedy is, they quit just before the breakthrough. They stop watering the bamboo in year 4, right before it's about to explode in year 5. I want you to hear me now. If you are in the middle, stay. If you are in the hard part, stay. If you feel like nothing is changing, stay. Because your consistency in the middle is exactly what creates the transformation at the end. Every English word you practice when you feel tired, it's staying. Every sentence you repeat when you feel embarrassed, it's staying. Every video you watch when you feel like giving up, it's staying. And one day, one ordinary day, you will open your mouth and English will come out easily, naturally, beautifully. And you won't be able to point to one magic moment that made it happen. Because it wasn't one moment. It was the 10,000 quiet moments when you showed up even though nobody was watching. Those moments are your real achievement. Daily English sentences. Repeat after me. I keep going even when it is hard. I work hard even when nobody is watching. The middle of my journey is where I grow the most. I will not quit before my breakthrough. My consistency today creates my success tomorrow. Final words, you are not finished yet. We have come to the end of today's lesson, but I want you to know something. Today, you didn't just practice English. You did something much more important than that. You chose growth. You chose to spend your time learning instead of wasting. You chose to invest in yourself when you could have done 100 other easier things. That choice, that small, powerful choice, says everything about who you are and who you are becoming. Maybe you are watching this right now, and deep inside you are struggling. Maybe everything feels heavy. Your money is low. Your confidence is shaken. You feel behind. You feel tired. You feel like you've been trying for a long time, and the life you want is still far away. I want to say something to you. As a friend, as someone who believes in you, you are not finished yet. Your story is not over. Your best chapter has not been written yet. The strongest, wisest, most confident version of you is still ahead, still being built, still growing from exactly the struggles you are facing right now. Everything you have been through, the failures, the embarrassments, the slow progress, the lonely nights, none of it was wasted. All of it was preparation. All of it was building something in you that will one day be your greatest strength. You are not weak. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be, and you are moving forward. So pick up your heart, lift your head, take a deep breath, and start again, because your future is waiting. Your dream is waiting. Your best English, your best life, your best self, all of it is waiting, just on the other side of one more brave, quiet, consistent step. Take that step today. Not tomorrow. Today. I believe in you more than you believe in yourself right now. And one day, you will believe in yourself too. Until then, keep going. See you in the next one. Stay strong. Stay consistent. And never ever stop.